After an entire week of will he, won't he, we found out on Friday that he did. Tim Beckman left Toledo for Illinois. Today, the university shifted the focus back to basketball with a men and women doubleheader. First up, the men hosting 1-7 Loyola, Illinois. 5 minutes left in the game. Juice Brown forcing the turnover. That's Dominique Buckley pushing up court. Great pass over to Ryan Pearson, 2 of his 20 points. Rockets up 5, but Loyola won't go away. Ben Avercamp, short jumper. UT lead down to 1. Less than a minute left. Christian Thomas and 1. The Ramblers take the lead, 54-53. It's now a tie game under 10. Avercamp gets a good look. Reese Holiday gets a great block. Ball goes out of bounds, goes to Toledo. 1.2 seconds left. Matt Smith inbound off the Jumbotron scoreboard, goes out of bounds. Loyola gets it under their own basket. Avercamp for the win. It's good. He beats the buzzer. 2 of his game-high 31. UT blew a 14-point second-half lead and falls 57-55.
This team has, I've said many times, they're fun to coach, they're great to be around, but the last 2 games we have not performed or played like we had prior to that.
It was very deflating. Matt played pretty good defense on him, but he was a good player. He got the shot off. He knocked it down.
The women had their 22-game home win streak snapped on Thursday in the first half of the doubleheader today. No worries against Cleveland State. Starts Yolanda Richardson inside 2 of her 11. UT up 24. Game in hand, Central's Brianna Jones. Nice baby hook inside. She had 6 off the bench. And it's Pandora Gilboa freshman Stephanie Recker. Nice up and under. She had 7 points, 6 boards. Every Rocket scored. UT wins 81-42.
I think it brings us closer together and it builds up their confidence, so then when their time comes, regardless of what game it's going to be, they'll be ready to go.
There are kids off our bench like Riley McCormick, like Brianna Jones, like Stephanie Recker that we need desperately going forward. But because of the caliber of opponents we played early on, it was difficult to go as deep as we wanted. I'm so glad we had a game like we did today for that opportunity.
Week 2 of high school boys basketball wrapping up tonight. As always, early during the season, the NLL girls play on Fridays, boys go on Saturdays. Defending champ Bowling Green visiting Anthony Wayne, 6'9" junior Mark Donnell for the Generals. We'll get to him in a bit, but first, BG's Jay Nichols beats the buzzer with a 3-pointer at halftime. Bobcats down by 9. Back to Donnell, start of the second half. He nails a 3 from the top of the key. Lead immediately back up to 12. Later, the big man getting it down low, good position. Almost gets the dunk, but the easiest bucket he'll have all night. And the kid is a whole package on the block. Watch this here. Nice spin move. Gets a baby hook to go. It's a beautiful thing. And why not? He's going to receive the inbound pass. And a couple of shoulder shakes. He gets a turnaround, fadeaway jumper to go. Jordan-esque, I'd like to say. Donnell, 36 points tonight. And the Generals beat Bowling Green 57-48. Maumee over at Southview. Mark Jump, Derek Sheridan sharing a conversation before the game. Cougars tough on D early on. Nate Hall with the block. Up ahead to Chris Johnson, just like the football player, running downfield, down court, as it is here. Southview up early. Allen Gann, hustle play of the night. Diving over his own bench into the crowd, saves the ball. Then he's going to jog down court, gets a chance to take a break, get a breather. You got to reward him after the hustle. He buries the 3 from deep. Cougars go up 10. But at the end of the first quarter, it's Sean Flanagan taking it up court, hitting the 3 from the top of the key. Maumee ends up winning this one 47-44. New league member Napoleon visiting Northview tonight. Battle of the Wildcats, and it's a home Wildcats coming right at him. Jeff Zerniakowski from the corner. 3 ball is good. That ties it up. The other Wildcats work it to Jordan Miles. He dials long distance. It's a 4-point lead, and then it's a Jordan-to-Jordan connection. Miles going to hit Lauf with the inbound. Nice spin move. He gets a jumper. Napoleon wins 85-67. Springfield at Perrysburg. We told you about Jackets point guard Bryant Bird, who's hearing impaired earlier this week. Check out the story at northwestohio.com. Ty Shea with a great pass to Nate Mackey early. Springfield up 1 point. Perrysburg with good passing of their own. Jake Flagar finds Scott Milne on the baseline. He gets it to go. And later, Shane Edwards driving to the hoop. Where's Shane? There he is. Completely denied by Springfield's big man, Logan Weimer. Great block. Back to Bryant. His last name is Bird, so you know he can stroke the 3. And the Yellow Jackets win 54-46. One girls game today in the league. Jackets hosting Clay. Afternoon action. That kid's happy. Perrysburg's Sarah Baer. She's not happy after that one, but she gets aboard. She gets it to go. Lady Jackets off to a 10-0 start. Eagles not going down without a fight. Emily Popovich driving in. She gets the layup to go. Hanging in there is Clay, but Perrysburg too strong from start to finish. Kelsey Newman driving the baseline. She gets it to go. Perrysburg up 15. They win 71-37.
The 2011 winner of the Heisman Trophy is Robert Griffin III, RG3.
With that announcement, Robert Griffin III became the first Baylor Bear to hoist the Heisman Trophy. One school that is no stranger to Heisman winners is Ohio State, and their basketball team no stranger to wins this year, undefeated, #2 in the country, with a tough test today at Kansas. Gerald Sullinger out with back spasms. Charlie Weiss in the house, new head football coach for Kansas. First half, Bucks down 10. Deshaun Thomas hitting the 3. He had 15 the first half alone. That cuts the lead to 7. William Buford, beautiful pass here. One of his 3 dimes on the day to Amir Williams. He gets a slam. 21 points as well for the Libby alum. But Kansas never trailed in the game. Thomas Robinson off the pick and roll, 78-67 the final. And Kentucky lost on a buzzer beater to Indiana. So 1 and 2 both go down today. John Beilein and Michigan facing Oakland at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Let's go to the first half. Zach Novak kicking it out to Tim Hardaway Jr. from downtown. He buries it. Wolverines go up 6. Oakland would rally at the half. In the second half, different story. Stu Douglas, he throws it down on the break. They win 90-80. And then a pitiful sight today in the Cincinnati Xavier game. A fight breaks out with 9 seconds left. Cincinnati's Yancey Gates, will have it in slow motion for you here. A hard right cross. Going to go to the face of Kenny Freese. There it is right there. There was some stomping going on as well. This reminds me of, speaking of the Palace of Auburn Hills, a game between Indiana and Detroit a few years ago, actually about 7 years ago. Freese leaving a bloody mess. The game was called. Xavier won, snapping an 8-game losing streak to the Bearcats. Now we switch gears completely to a much more positive game. Army-Navy, President Obama with the coin toss. Goes Army's way, much to the cadets' delight, but the midshipmen strike first and second. Alexander Tyke from 10 yards out on the pitch, 14-0 Navy. Army would respond with the old school option. Trent Steelman, 34 yards out up the middle, game tied at 14 at the half. But in the fourth quarter, after a Navy field goal, the Black Knights cough up the ball, Navy recovers, and they go on to win the 112th meeting, 27-21. On to hockey we go. Winnipeg scored 35 seconds into the game tonight versus Detroit. After that, all Red Wings. Detroit wins big, 7-1. Couple more hockey scores. Walleye winners on the road against Cincinnati, 3-2. BG falls to Western Michigan, 6-1. And finally, one final note. Ryan Braun, the NL MVP this year, accused of performance-enhancing drugs, according to ESPN.com, testing positive. If this is true, he will miss the first 50 games of next season. That's sports. We'll be back in a bit.